But do you think that that is an advantage that a pitcher has on a hitter with the cold? I mean, you're trying to sting some guys' hands there, right? Especially the colder it gets.
Yeah, I think so, but I think advantage is gonna be our fans, be crazy and bring that energy they giving to us in the last series.
Explain to the fans what their energy and their noise means to you guys in the dugout and out on the field. How much does it help?
It means a lot for us. I think you feel a lot of confidence when you know you have all the friends behind you supporting.
Like 2 strikes, rally towels going.
That's amazing.
You like the rally towels?
I really like. I see always watching the fans and watching their face and the moment they enjoy it. That's made me feel so happy.
My girl, when everybody's saying my girl.
Well, I always heard calling MVP, our MVP is right there.
Hey, thanks for meeting us at the Apple. I'm Vito F. Khaleesi. You can follow me on Twitter at Vito F. Khaleesi. That's Jonathan Barron at JMB9191. It's playoff baseball. We're here with Jose Quintana. And Jose, you pitched in 2 of the biggest games of the postseason so far in major moments. Your big game cue. How does it feel?
It feels great. It feels great. Be an amazing time. I think both games are a bit crazy, and I'm really glad I did my job and push to win that series. There was both great games. I think. Well, every single game we've been playing after the last 2 weeks in September, we've been playing playoff. We've been playing playoff games, and that's really cool. I'm really glad to be a part of this group.
So both games you pitched were fantastic. Obviously, Game 4 against Philadelphia, a magical moment here at Citi Field. The Mets clinch in the stadium for the first time ever. But I want to talk about your Game 3 start against Milwaukee, a winner-take-all game. And, all the cards are on the table there. You go into Milwaukee, you throw up 6 scoreless innings. That's after you faced them in your previous start against the Brewers that Saturday night, where you pitched well, but you did not shut them down like you did in that heroic wild card effort. For my money, one of the best pitching performances we've seen in a playoff game in Mets history. Can you take us through that night, especially against the lineup that the Brewers threw a lot of righties in that lineup, and they had a lot of success against lefties all season long? No problem for you.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a great game, and I think the tough part is when you face teams, like back-to-back games, and that's a really challenge. And I think we executed a really good plan. Albie and me was the same page all game long, and it was amazing. For us, this means a lot. The elimination game, get a New York opportunity to bring games back in our house. So I was I can't words. It was an amazing time.
And it was an incredibly tense game. Tobias Myers on the other side, he was throwing up zeros. And so after you see him post a zero, it's on you to then go out there and match that zero. And you guys went back and forth exchanging zeros the entire time. And as a pitcher, you're on the road, so obviously the Mets are hitting at the top of the inning. When you see, okay, they didn't score, I got to go match that. Do you have that mindset in the dugout where it's like, all right, I got to go out there, I got to keep them off the board right now? How does that go? How does that work for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think I just focus on one single pitch, do my job, be ahead, be aggressive in the zone, but try to get more focus on me and, get the scoreless innings. I knew that at some point the guys come back and bring the runs. We need to win that game. So that was my completely focus, to execute all my stuff and don't get runs, not giving runs. And they come back at some point. So was perfectly, and that was amazing. I remember that moment like it was yesterday.
So Game 4 against Philly, after the 5th inning, we see that somebody starts warming up in the bullpen, and then 6th inning starts, and then you come out. So I'm guessing you had a conversation with Carlos Mendoza or Jeremy Hefner in between to say you wanted to go back out there, right?
Yeah. He asked me and he said, "You're right. I'm going to give it to you Harper first, and we see after that." But it was a really really good game. The same like the games against Milwaukee, waiting for that runs. I said at some point we come back and we want to clinch here. We want to win this series here in New York in front of our fans. So I was great time.
What was that moment like in the dugout when Francisco Lindor, like, can you take us through, you see Lindor come up and then just watching that ball go over the wall?
Bro, I was getting my recovery BFR in training room, and I just completely see Josh, the trainer, help me when the BFR say, bro, this guy hit a home grand slam right now. So we feel all the stadiums moving, shaking at that time. Can be crazy, can be crazy. I was so cool. I'm really glad for and excited for Lindor hit the homer in the perfect timing.
I feel like all of us were Kodai Senga. I'm sure you saw his reaction on the internet after.
Yeah, I saw his face. Like,
yeah,
I can't believe it. It was like a dream. It was like a dream, and that happened to us in front of our fans in New York. Beating one of the best team all year. Because the Phillies dominant all year. All division. So it was pretty cool. Face then and beating our stadium.
Well, the Lindor Grand Slam was made possible by you doing a great job. I think it was the 4th inning when the Phillies scored the 1 run. But then they had 1st and 3rd and 1 out. And they were threatening for more. And it was Real Muto and it was Bryson Stott. And you got out of that and you held it at 1. And I was up in the seating bowl at the time, and there was a nervous energy in the fans for sure, in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to go down 2 runs there. We know the Met lineup is great, but still, you don't want to go down 2 runs, then they get into their bullpen, yada, yada, yada. What was your approach facing Real Muto and then facing Stott to keep the score where it was and give your team a chance to come back?
Yeah, good question. My focus at that time was get a weak contact, but all the time I thinking to get swing and miss, try to punch him out, this guy, get at the strikeout. And when I get a ground ball for Bond to Vientos and he make an error, I say, well, it's okay. So I stop this right here, and I get Real Muto when I pop out to Marte, show one that was perfect, and get stuck on the fly ball to center field. Yeah, all my pitches were really good at that time, and just focus on one thing on the time. And I think that's the key for us to keep the calm, and just execute. So it's gonna be a pretty loud and a lot of energy around us. So just to be focused and execute our pitches are gonna be the key.
And you mentioned the Phillies, and you had a dominant start against them on September 13th in Philadelphia. And then you pitched great against them here in Game 4, and that's a lineup with a lot of lefties. They have Schwarber and they have Harper, but he also sent out Brandon Marsh in that game in the starting lineup, and Bryson Stott when he had other righties on the bench, but he used a pretty lefty-heavy lineup. Now, you guys have really 3 big lefties between you, Sean, and David, who's been so great out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
Does that help you guys to face a team, or do you think there's a little bit of an advantage having the platoon advantage in big spots throughout a lineup since you guys have a lot of great lefty pitchers in the rotation?
I think so. When you face lefties, for some reason we feel a little more comfortable. I think this is a completely different lefties because this kind of lefties are really good. I think it's you facing a righty because facing a Shohei Ohtani, Merrill, these guys can hit bombs. These guys are really good. So postseason is completely different, but at the same time, nothing changed. I think our approach, be aggressive on the zone and, trust all staff. And that's going to be the key.
Now, this team finally, for the first time in Citi Field, this building's history, we got to see this team clinch at home, which was amazing for the fans. It was amazing for the players. John and I were lucky enough to be there in the field, and you could just feel after the game how much energy and how much love there was from the players to the fans.
Yeah.
Could you tell us some moments that you just got to have that night, like in the clubhouse, spraying champagne, standing on the field with your family?
Was completely different. I think that celebration at home feels like family, getting time with our fans, so close, talking with them, a lot of people on the field. We spent a lot of time on the
couple hours,
on
I
the
think.
field. Yeah, I think I was so cold after getting a lot of champagne, but it was amazing. I think it can be better. This is kind of serious giving to us, more confidence, more energy to get us to the next round. And, I can't wait to see Citi Field pack again when in the next series.
Yeah, you guys have been great. September, I think you won 11-2 at Citi Field, and obviously 2-0 against the Phillies. So this is a true home field advantage. And now that we're getting a little into the middle and late October, I think there could be another home field advantage, and that's the weather. And you mentioned being cold. Now you guys were soaked in champagne, but you can get some cold games. I know that in 2015 NLCS Game 2 here at Citi Field, it was like 35 degrees. And you guys are going to be playing a team from California, whether it's the Padres or Dodgers. Those are SoCal boys. They're not used to playing in frigid temperatures.
Yeah.
Do you think this time of the year, that could be an advantage for a team that does play in the Northeast? I mean, you played in Chicago, so I'm assuming you pitched in some cold April games, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, all my career I'll be pitching in Chicago. So, yeah, but it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold.
In
Yeah.
2015, I can tell you, I remember I was sitting all the way in the back where the chain link fences are on the top, and fans brought their own tarp to
stop the wind.
To stop the wind from coming in because it gets so brutal up there.
Oh, wow.
But do you think that that is an advantage that a pitcher has on a hitter with the cold? I mean, you're trying to sting some guys' hands there, right? Especially the colder it gets.
Yeah, I think so, but I think advantage is gonna be our fans. You know, be crazy and bring that energy they given to us in the last series. So we keep on doing the same, and I think that's gonna be a real advantage for us. All fans make crazy.
I always think about this. How much does it help to be in front of the home crowd? I mean, you guys have been great on the road. You go to Milwaukee, win 2 of 3, win a decisive Game 3 after you guys go down. So, like, yeah, road teams can win. We've seen it. But explain to the fans what their energy and their noise means to you guys in the dugout and out on the field. How much does it help?
Means a lot. Means a lot for us. I think you feel a lot of confidence when you know you have all the friends behind you supporting.
Like 2 strikes, rally towels going.
That's amazing. This
You like the rally towels?
I really like.
Have you noticed the lights in the stadium?
Okay.
In the rails, if you look around the stadium during there's lights on the railings now. Some people are very proud of it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's new, right?
That's new. Yeah, that was added.
Yeah, that's good. I really like it. And, I see always watching the fans and watching their face and the moment they enjoy it. That's made me feel so happy.
My Girl, when everybody's saying "My Girl" to Francisco Lindor.
Oh yeah, I always heard calling MVP, always calling MVP, or MVP is right there. So that's pretty cool.
By the way, I'm digging the fit. We never get to see you off the field, really. I mean, this is the different Jose Quintana. It's usually the team issued shorts and a T-shirt. What are you wearing right now?
We're Capo Frame. This is a frame. I think this brand is from here, from New York. Frame. It's a FRAME.
Okay.
And I really like it. That's comfy. And
those Gucci, the shoes?
That's Gucci. Yeah, some Gucci. And yeah, nothing crazy. Just me.
The first time we met Jose, he was dressed to the nines. You don't remember?
Yeah, well, you were wearing a peacoat that day, so you had an overcoat on. But we haven't seen like a cat. This is like a.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The first one.
Yeah, so a little different. But I'm digging it. It's
Have
good.
you had pastrami since?
You want one more? Can you bring me one more?
Well, we can make that happen. We know people, Warren O'Keefe. We'll make that happen.
That's
for
a good one. That's a good one.
Awesome.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Jose, and we look forward to seeing you back here at Citi Field next week.
Thank you. Let's go.